everybody doing tonight? Okay, this might be the first time in like years that I haven't had to like hype up the crowd, so you guys are awesome. So my name is Marcus. I'm actually a spoken word artist from Toronto, from Unity Charity, so thank you. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of Unity Charity because if you don't know, the proceeds from today are actually being donated to Unity. Yeah, it's awesome. And Unity is actually a not-for-profit organization that uses urban arts, so hip-hop dance, spoken word, beatboxing, breakdancing, graffiti art, like the whole shebang to reach and empower youth. So we do that by going into schools, we do workshops, we take over like entire days of school and we just help kids like express themselves through this like art form. And thank you. And it's awesome because like to me it was kind of like this one thing that like saved me from like screwing up my life. So like it just really speaks to me. Like I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. Like I moved to Canada from the Philippines when I was in grade 6. Woo, Philippines, yeah. I'm trying to think of like really Filipino things right now. Pacquiao, yeah. So yeah, like I moved to Canada from the Philippines when I was in grade 6, and this was before like Facebook and everything. It was still like MySpace or like High Five or something that like people weren't using it. So yeah, I didn't have like anyone to talk to. So I was like reading, I was like writing short stories and stuff like that. So I was like, why don't I try writing poetry? And back then it was like terrible. It was like my first ever poem was like to this girl I had a crush on in grade like 6. And like it went something along the lines of like, girl, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I would say yes.
And like it just kept going. Like I was like, I like doing this. Like I'm gonna keep doing it. In grade 11 and 12, me and my friends started this open mic at our school. So we had a lot of like poets, dancers, like singers, stuff like that coming through, and we almost had like 300 people every month in the school library, so it was like pretty crazy. And then in grade 12, Unity came to my school, and then that's when I found like, I can actually do something with this. Like it's not just me like forcing people to listen to me talk for 3 minutes. Like it's like so much more than that now. And then I just started competing, made official teams. The first time I was actually in Montreal was for national championships for spoken word. So it was like pretty crazy, and now I'm like back here doing poetry, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, and then ever since then, it's just been kind of like reinforcing that I do spoken word for a reason, and it's that like when I perform, people actually go up to me and be like, wow, I didn't know anybody was going through the same thing. I thought I was all alone. And I'm like, you're not, because I was that awkward kid at one point. I still kind of am. So yeah, so I'm gonna do a little ting for you guys. I don't know if the Toronto slang has like gotten over here yet. Scarborough ting from time G. But yeah, so has anybody here ever like been to a spoken word performance before? Oh, so there's like a good amount of you. Okay, I was actually surprised. I was expecting like 2 people to be like, yeah. Okay. So to those that haven't been to a poetry performance, it's actually a lot of like audience participation. A lot of you guys have been making lots of noise, which is awesome. Like I love you guys already. But I'm gonna teach you guys like a little bit more advanced stuff. So if you're ready for this, okay? So the most traditional one is you snap your fingers. So can I get everyone to like snap their fingers for me? Okay, awesome. So that's more for like old people. Apologies if anyone's actually like, okay, I digress. So the second level up is actually the mean stank face. Like if you hear something you really like, just go like something like it's just like disgusting. And if you want to add to that, you can add what we like to call the Rick Ross grunt. There you go, you got it. So like, if like you hear something you like, you're just like, oh. And then the third level is you stomp your feet. So can I get everyone to stomp their feet real quick? Oh, I I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So that's if you hear something you really, really like. And if you hear something like life-changing, like I'm just gonna like follow this guy everywhere and just like follow him on every social media thing. You do all three, like you combine all three. And it looks something like this. And there's also like, you can just yell stuff, but like kind of like stuff that makes sense. I know people that like to yell like, ooh, kill him, ooh, bars, or like, aww, or like, you the real MVP, or like, stuff like that. Or you can like freestyle stuff, but like please try to keep it under like 3 syllables, or else people are just like yelling crazy stuff, and it's just like, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do one poem for you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. And yeah, no, I guess I'll do a little more talking because I don't like to shut up, I guess. See, this is to the girl who gives me butterflies just by breathing. Yes, you. With the glow-stick smile and the eyes deep enough to drown in. I don't exactly know how to say this, but I'm attracted to you. Like there are magnets in our bones, moving us like petals in a summer breeze, and the world is our dance floor. So while we waltz the seconds away, I would lean over and whisper in your ear and ask you if you knew. There are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the entire planet, and I'll put both in a giant hourglass just for you. And say that's how long I will love you for all of your imperfections and everything else that no one even notices. Everything that makes you beautiful, everything that makes you, you. Now to whisper your insecurities into your favorite traits, turn your tears into stardust, because I'm just saying that your smile is the sexiest curve I've ever seen on a girl. See, you make me want to dive into your wishing well, grab all the pennies of your thoughts and come out dripping in your hopes and aspirations. You make me want to learn every language in the world just so I can tell you how beautiful you are in a different way every single day, and it would never sound cliche. So you, especially you, make me think I know what God is like. Like my skeleton was a crucifix, and my goosebumps are rosary beads, so I can't help but laugh when they say love is blind, because if that's true, then my poems are prayers in Braille, and my heart is sending sonar signals just to find yours. Then I would draw your picture in every Oxford and Webster's dictionary, because I want everyone to know what love really looks like. You know, that make you smile when you're sad, make you laugh when you're mad kind of love, that Corey Topanga Boy Meets World kind of love. But I don't want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to be my inspiration. And I want to be your favorite love song. No, let me rephrase, I want to be your perfect symphony, sampling the soprano in your laugh just to remix your smile, hoping that if I did, I would stop seeing in the sky, later with the bass line beating behind my ribcage that I would gladly give to you. If you ever missed a thunderous drum find my chest like I was caging a zoo of hammers in between my ribs every time I was with you. For all of those moments when I couldn't think of anything perfect enough to say. But if you ever walk into a room to the echoes of shattering glass and falling tears that will hold you like you were never broken, origami paper wings out of all the poems and promises I've made for you, and try to weave a new halo out of all the ultraviolet in these limbs. See, I've met girls that seem too perfect to be true. But you are the one that made me want to deadbolt the door to my chest and say that I am saving all of this love for a girl that I hadn't even met yet. See, I didn't know if you were single, I didn't know if you were looking, but I sure as hell know that the second our eyes first found each other, God breathed a sigh of relief. The final act of this play is relying on this one moment. Thank you. One more thing is that before I leave, if you guys want to like talk to me, holla at us, I'm here with actually one more person from Unity. So if you guys want to like learn anything else, talk to us, just like talk about pretty much anything, I guess. You can holler at us. We'll be out in the foyer and the